Hello everyone, welcome to Chef Salim's Detailed Recipes channel. I use ping pong ball sized onions to make onion meatballs. Do not cut the heads of the onions too deeply to prevent them from falling apart while cooking. I add some oil to a large pot and stir in the onions. Cook the onions in the pot for about 45 minutes or 1 hour until they soften. I set the fire to low and close the lid. I gently stir the onions using a wooden spoon every 5 minutes. While the onions are cooking slowly, I prepare the meatball ingredients. I use lamb, sheep or goat meat. I keep the frozen meat in the refrigerator overnight. It gets a little hard, but it's good for me to have it this way. The meat will be ground without getting stuck in the meat grinder. Completely frozen meat cannot be put into the meat grinder, the machine will be forced and break. You should be careful about this. I will use about 4 kilograms of meat to make meatballs. I added 5 onions, 5 garlic and 1 parsley. I add 300 grams of semolina. For 4 kilograms of meat I add 40 grams of salt, 1 spoon of black pepper, 1 or 2 spoons of cumin, 1 spoon of thyme, about 10 slices of stale bread, that is, the bread cannot be freshly bought from the market, it would be better if it is dried on the side or slightly hardened bread that has been waiting for 1 day. I grind the ingredients in the meat grinder. I add 3 eggs, drinkable soda 200 milliliters. I mix the ingredients thoroughly. I add 100 milliliters of water. I smooth the surface of the meatball. I prepare it as 3 pieces of onion and 3 pieces of meatballs for 1 person. Since I will cook for 25 people, I need at least 75 pieces of meatballs. When I cut 10 slices horizontally and 8 slices vertically, 80 pieces of meatballs will be waiting for me to roll. Slicing is a good practical technique, but some meatballs are large and I adjust the size with my hand. After adjusting the size of the meatballs, I roll them in my hand and prepare them to be the size of a ping pong ball. "80 pieces of meatballs were rolled. Now let's check the onions. The onions are soft enough and now I take them out of the pot. These black juices flowing from the onions can be used to make brown sauce. I decided to prepare the brown sauce for the meatballs before the pot cooled down. I add 2 spoons of sugar. While the sugar caramelizes a little, I add the spices, oregano, chili pepper, black pepper. I add flour, leaf of Daphne, some powdered ginger. I mix for 2 to 3 minutes. I add pomegranate syrup and some water. I mix it a little and add boiling water. I adjust the salt and water ratio to the required amount. The sauce is not completely ready yet. I will add demi-glace sauce and some starch after 15 minutes. Now I place the onions and meatballs on the food tray. A row of onion meatballs, a row of meatballs and onions. An onion will be surrounded by meatballs on 4 sides and a meatball will be surrounded by onions on 4 sides. You can compress the meatballs by lifting the tray a little and shaking it. I add some demi-glace sauce to the brown sauce. I add some wheat starch and after 2 minutes the brown sauce is ready. I expose the meatballs to 180 degrees in the oven for 10 minutes. I add the brown sauce after taking it out of the oven. Onion meatballs are ready to serve. Now I will prepare broccoli and cauliflower to accompany the meatballs. I throw broccoli and cauliflower into the water pool. I dip the vegetables in water. I cut off the hard parts of the roots and throw them away. I chop the root parts and add them to the bottom of the food tray. I place the broccoli and cauliflower upright like a tree. I add 2 carrots to add color to the vegetables. I add the carrots in thin slices using a vegetable peeler. I add lemon juice into a bowl. I add sugar and salt. I stir and add boiling water. I mix it and add the mixture to the vegetables. I add olive oil on it with a brush. Now I add the tray to the stove and it will boil on the fire for about 7 minutes or 10 minutes. I don't want it to be too soft and melt. It will be lightly boiled and there will be vegetables that I can serve as a side dish with the meal. I add some dried parsley to the plate. I add meatballs and onions. 3 meatballs would be quite satisfying for 1 person. I think 2 meatballs are enough for myself. Yes, those who want a healthy and balanced meal can try this menu. Be sure to add the sauce. It is very delicious and not dry. Don't forget to click the like button and turn on the bell notification. See you again in a new video. Stay with love. Goodbye.